Hey guys, welcome back to another week of video lectures. Today's first video lecture is going to kind of pick up where we last left off. Last week we talked about minerals. This week we're going to talk about rocks. So let's get started. So what are rocks? Rocks are something you probably see every day when you're in the car, if you go out in your backyard, everywhere. They're all around us. But you probably never think of how they got there, where they came to be. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So rocks are just a natural substance composed of minerals that have been fused together in various different ways to become a solid mass. There are three different types of rocks that we're going to talk about in class. The first is igneous, the second type is sedimentary, and the third type is metamorphic. And just a fun fact, the rarest rock on Earth is a rock called painite. Up until 2001, there were only 3 known samples in the world, and a gram of this rock will run you about $300,000. So that's a pretty penny for just a little rock. So we're going to continue on talking about the 3 different main types of rock. So let's talk about igneous rocks. All right, so igneous rock. Because there's some pictures on this slide, I'm just going to go ahead and hide my face. There we go. So igneous rock is formed from cooling magma. And rocks that grow slowly below the surface are called intrusive rocks. A good way to remember this is in the beginning of the word intrusive. So you can remember that intrusive rocks grow inside the earth. And the main type of intrusive rock that you should know is granite. I'm sure you guys have all encountered or seen granite before. A lot of people like to have granite countertops in their kitchen. I'm sure some of you guys at home have them. Granite rock is an intrusive rock that makes up a large part of our continents. The other form of igneous rock is extrusive rock. So just like in the beginning of intrusive means inside, in the beginning of extrusive means outside. So extrusive rock is formed from lava that quickly cools at the Earth's surface. Basalt is a type of extrusive rock that makes up most of our seafloor, and basalt also makes up a lot of other landforms like the Hawaiian Islands, Iceland. Islands like that are also volcanic islands like that are also made of mostly basalt rock. All right, the next type of rock we have is metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rock is formed by pressure and heat over time. It's important to know that unlike igneous rock, metamorphic rock does not actually melt and never becomes magma. And it's important to know it does become soft enough to deform under intense pressure. And there's 2 types of metamorphic rock we're going to talk about. The foliated rock. Foliated just means it has layers. So an example of this is slate rock. Slate rock's one of my favorite types of rock. It's very smooth, it's very brittle, and it has little tiny layers that the rock is composed of. The other type is non-foliated rock. If foliated means layers, non-foliated means no layers. And an example of this type of rock is just marble. Similar to granite, some people have marble in their homes. It's probably a rock we've all been exposed to, but marble does not have any layers. All right, last but not least, we have sedimentary rock. So this type of rock makes up most of the rock on Earth's surface. And sedimentary rock is formed by sediments, basically pieces of other rocks that have broken off, being kind of compacted and cemented together to form a new type of rock. So the rock in the top right hand corner is an example of sedimentary rock. It kind of looks like someone just glued a bunch of fragments of rock together. No one actually did that. That formed naturally over time, but that's what a lot of sedimentary rock looks like. Usually, sedimentary rock has layers or forms layer by layer, and these layers are called strata. And a very important concept to know is the principle of superposition. This basically just means that when it comes to sedimentary rock, rock that is on the top or is the top layer is rock that is the newest, and the rocks, the layers as you go down, get older and older. So not only does this principle help scientists get a better understanding of how old rocks are, but it also helps scientists date fossils and gives us a better idea of what organisms were living at different times throughout the Earth's history. All right, so that's rocks. We will go more in depth on rocks in class, but this was your introduction. This was your crash course, if you will, into rocks. You will have an assignment to do on rocks, a brief little quiz on rocks. So watch the video. This will be turned into an Edpuzzle, so make sure you answer the questions as you watch the video. After that, take the quick quiz on rocks, and then move on to the next assignment.